On June 8, 2026, Google introduced updates to NotebookLM that changed the underlying mechanics of the second brain we built in the series. In episodes 1 through 3, we focused on building a grounded, closed-loop architecture. We used your specific documents to create a system that stayed strictly within the bounds of your data to prevent hallucinations. The June 8 update introduces agency. This is a specific technical transition. NotebookLM is moving from a system that waits or prompts to one capable of executing tasks. Previously, the model was a retrieval tool. You uploaded sources, and it searched for relevant passages to answer specific questions. It was a passive assistant that stopped working the moment it delivered a citation. Now, the architecture includes 3 autonomous capabilities: deterministic math through code execution, external source discovery via search, and the native generation of professional-grade deliverables. This creates an active cognitive exoskeleton. The system now performs research tasks that previously required manual human intervention. Code execution is the most significant change to the Distill phase of our workflow. It addresses a specific limitation in how AI handles data. Large language models are traditionally unreliable for arithmetic because they rely on token prediction. They estimate numbers based on probability, leading to inconsistent results. NotebookLM now assigns an isolated, secure cloud computer. Instead of estimating, the AI writes and runs real Python code to calculate it against your source data. Your results are computed, not predicted. This allows for automated dataset normalization, such as aligning different date formats or currencies across hundreds of documents and running high-confidence statistical correlations. There is a practical gap between an AI that reads your spreadsheet and an AI that runs your spreadsheet. For analysts and researchers, this removes the requirement for manual arithmetic verification. You can trust the output because it is the product of a deterministic script. Computation has replaced probability. The system has moved from guessing at your data to processing it. In the capture phase, the starting point of a research project has moved from manual gathering to assisted discovery. Previously, the intelligence of your second brain was limited by the specific files you chose to upload. If you didn't provide the source, the system couldn't know the information. You can now start from a single topic or question. NotebookLM uses Google Search to map out relevant sources and suggest them as potential additions to your notebook. This is governed by a human-in-the-loop mechanism. The AI identifies information across the web, but cannot ingest sources on its own. Every source requires explicit approval. This consent gate ensures your knowledge base remains populated only by information you have reviewed and trusted. It solves the problem of early-stage research, where you don't yet know where the best material lives, allowing the AI to act as a scout while you maintain control of the vault. The system acts as a cartographer, but the human operator retains total authority over what constitutes the truth within the notebook. The Express phase is now powered by Gemini 3.5 Flash and the anti-gravity framework, which changes how insights are turned into deliverables. The tool can now internally generate 11 different professional formats, including PDF, Excel, and PowerPoint, directly from your sources. Previously, we exported raw insights to a separate LLM for formatting. Now, NotebookLM produces these polished documents natively, cited and ready for review. But the core of the anti-gravity framework isn't just the 4x increase in speed, it's reasoning transparency. Professionals cannot stake their reputation on an AI's unverified conclusion. To use AI in high-stakes research, you need to see how the conclusion was reached. NotebookLM now includes a visible reasoning interface. It exposes intermediate logic, specific sources consulted, and mathematical operations applied at every step. This allows you to audit the exact pathway the model took, verifying logic and catching errors before output is finalized. This approach moves away from the black box generation typical of other models, where a prompt goes in and an answer comes out with no explanation of the process. Visible reasoning makes the AI's work verifiable, transforming it from a system you have to trust into one you can systematically inspect. To use these tools effectively, you have to work within their current operational constraints. These agentic features are currently web-only and restricted to Google AI Ultra subscribers or Workspace business users with Ultra access. The cloud computer is also sandboxed. It cannot browse the live web or access external databases unless you explicitly add those sources to your notebook. These capabilities map directly back onto the overarching workflow we've built. The core architecture of Capture, Distill, and Express remains the same. The AI is now absorbing the mechanical friction within each stage: the source gathering, the computation, and the formatting. When the AI handles the mechanics of gathering and analysis, what is the specific role of the human? The human role is to set the research agenda, review the visible reasoning, and make the final judgment call on what the data means for the organization. Deciding what to say, who needs to hear it, and why it matters is a task that remains the responsibility of the human operator. This system functions as a cognitive exoskeleton, handling the manual labor of research to let human analysis scale with higher speed and accuracy. Apply these Jury-Eat upgrades to your existing notebooks to see the results. If you're just starting, the foundational episodes are linked below. Subscribe for weekly deep analysis on AI and global economics. See you in the next one.